The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon from TFNN. Welcome to the January 5th, terrific Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, TV Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And of course, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life happens for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Today, you and I, we get to go check out the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what the bulls and the bears, what the buyers and the sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, and more importantly, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. Now is not too soon. 877-927-6648. Of course, 727-445-1044 is another number you can reach us on. You can send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Of course, sometimes those emails don't get through to me until after the show, but we just cover it the following day, whatever it is you were looking for. And a ping. One ping, Vasily, inside the Tiger's Den. That's how you go ahead and get a message to me. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes, and welcome to the show. Right now, the Dow trading down 67 points at 19,874. S&P off 4 points at 2266. NDX 100 up 21 points. That's 0.4% to the upside. NASDAQ Composite is flat, up 3 points, trading at 54.80. The Russell 2000 down 1.25 off 17, actually 1.25%, 17 points to the downside. Semiconductors down about 0.75% or 6 points to the downside. To the upside, you've got Goldilocks up $16.60, trading out 11.82. Silver's up 10 cents at 16.60. 11.82. What did I say for gold? I don't know. Must have been looking at one thing, saying something else. But gold will trade at $1,660. How about that if that's what I said? But you've got gold trading out at 11.82. Silver trading out at 16.60. Light sweet crude up 23 cents at 54.46. Leading the chart here to the upside. The amazing one, Amazon.com. That's up $20. Alexion Pharmaceuticals up 13. CEB Inc. up $12. Priceline up 10. Chipotle up about 10. Nettie's up 9. To the downside, Credit Acceptance Corp down 5% or $11. Kohl's Corp down 19, 20% off a little more than $10. Stella Beer, actually Constellation Brands. Stella just being one of their beers. Ooh, I had a really nice Japanese beer on New Year's Eve. I'll have to look up, see if I've got that picture in the phone. It's something that you don't see this beer very often. That is just from a great prefixture that has some of my favorite sake as well. In any event, I digress. I don't want to digress. I just want to try to keep on pace here. And so also to the downside, you've got Gartner Inc. off $10. Signet Jewelers down 7. But let's go take a look at and so what are the markets doing? Let's actually go to an area where we know what the markets are doing, and we'll start there. And Mike could ask a question inside the Tigers Den if we look at silver. So we'll do that after we take a look at gold, because really it's going to show us the same impact. But here's the chart that you and I, because, you know, a lot of times we listen, we have 2 ears, right? God gave us 2 ears, one mouth, so we should listen twice as hard as we actually speak. So we listen to all types of information to try to understand where markets are going, things of that sort out there. And if we take a look at this chart here for gold, the bonds, and the Japanese yen out here, this is the 10-minute chart that just shows the absolute correlation of these three vehicles, with the Japanese yen being the one that is the leader out here. But I see we've got a caller on the line. So let's go to caller on the line first. Let's go to Garo in California, and then we can go back and take a look at the gold, silver bonds. Garo, Happy New Year to you. How are you today?
Very good. Thank you, sir, and Happy New Year to you. Thank you for asking.
Thank you very much. And folks, for those of you that don't know, Garo he's our man for a number of reasons, but one of those would have to be light sweet crude, or trading the different integrators and some of those oil producers. So I know you're calling about SCO, which is the ultra short for crude oil. Tell the folks what it is that you're doing out here, what you're taking a look at.
I'm looking for SEO for a while here. Usually, my main stock that I do day trading, I'm a day trader. I don't keep nothing overnight and so forth, is UCO and SCO.
Yes.
In crude and one thing I was paying attention to at SCO is, you think this is a bottom island, or it is or building the bottom of the cup, or it's going to go way lower than this?
Well, so if we take a look at SCO itself, which is the ultra short for light sweet crude, what I would always do to try to answer that question, as opposed to looking at that stock chart, Garo, would be to go take a look at the current traded contract for light sweet crude. And if we do that, so I'd like to do that first with you, and that would then help me get my head wrapped around which of the two you might be looking at. Now, as you mentioned to folks out there, you are a day trader, so you're not taking a look at holding anything overnight. But what we can say with regard to light sweet crude, so this is it still helps us to try to understand what is light sweet crude doing. And if we start with taking a look at that chart out here, let me get rid of a couple of the lines that show up out here. One of the things that we do know is that price has been traveling in this rising price channel. Those are the yellow lines that are on my screen right now. And if we take a look at yesterday as an example, which had a nice push to the upside, then it sold off. And for me, I like to take a look at the body of the candle. To me, that is truly the essence of price. The wicks are nothing more than the extreme emotions during that trading session. In this case here, it's a daily chart. So if you're looking to go short light sweet crude, the better place to go ahead and short it just by taking a look at this rising price channel is going to be up towards the top of that, which might be around $55.42, maybe another buck higher than where we're at right now. If I take a look and we add our TAS daily profiles, price is trading, and we're looking right now at the March contract, Garo. Price is trading just above what should be a resistance level of 54.46, but it's trading just above it by a dime. As long as price is above that, I'd be looking for price to get up into the top of that descending price channel, and then consider taking the short side of the trade out there with regard to SCO. But now that's taken, but that helps me and take a look at what's going on a longer term picture, on a daily picture. Is that, when you take a look at it, are you also looking at the daily picture of light sweet crude? Kind of a loaded question because you might not be, but are you looking at that?
Yes, sir. I'm waiting for the stock to the price come to $67. If you look at the parabolic dots, you see that from 67, I have 3,000 shares waiting, and I put that order. It's already said. Yesterday was $67.20. Today is $67, and I'm waiting for that
Garo,
number.
Hold on through the break here. Hold on through the break. Okay,
yes,
we'll be right
sir.
back
Yes.
to Garo, California. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. We're on the line with Garo in California. We're taking a look at the ticker symbol SCO, and Garo utilizes the parabolic SAR indicators in order to assist him in getting into the trade. Now, Garo, I know that for some reason, our numbers vary a little bit differently, but this way we can give this to folks, both yours and mine. When I take a look at my parabolic SAR calculation for SCO, I believe that's what we're talking about. What I show as that number today is 66.31, and you had, I think you said 67?
Yes, sir. Yesterday was 67.29, so yes. I canceled the order. Today I put 67. Yeah, okay. Every day the number changes, yeah.
And the way that that's used, folks, if you're looking at the screen here on TigerTV, you're going to see these little blue dots. They actually help to identify which side of the trade you should eliminate. And in this case here, when the dots are, in essence, above the price, this is telling you not to be on the long side of the trade. That's why Garo is waiting for that confirmation to price. Are you going to just take the trade when it hits that, or are you going to wait for a close above that? How are you going to handle that, Garo?
It automatically buys at 67. If today it hits 67, which I doubt it very much, automatically will buy. I put stop limit. You have to put two numbers there. I put 67 even, and the second number should be few pennies higher than 67. I put 67 10
sure,
cents. So
sure, understood.
And from that point, it buys. I'm in it. It may go lower, it may go higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, and eventually will go up. Same thing that it happened on October the 24th. You'll see that on October 24th it hit that $74.44, and it crossed that 50-day simple moving average. I just go from that point to 50-day, and after that I don't touch it. I get out. Because after that, I don't know what's going to happen. Same thing here. If it hits 67, I will go all the way up to 50-day moving, which is about approximately $76, and that is $9. And then I will get out. But I won't hold it the whole day from that 67 to 76. I just buy and sell every day. Until it hits that And so this is my strategy. I don't know if this is building the bottom of the cup, or this is a bottom island, or it will continue for months and months, and it will never hit that dot. We don't know what will happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my take to maybe answer that larger question. In this case here, let's say that you were to get an SEO today, it hits your number. You should find, just taking a look at some of our tools on this chart here, you should find some fairly decent resistance right around 72.48. So clearing that, on the other hand, would bode well to continue to take this trade up to the 50-day simple moving average. But we won't know till it gets there. That's in the 76 area, as you pointed out.
Yes.
Here's what I would say then with regard to the larger picture. This chart here, folks, shows the correlation, which we really haven't talked about much lately, but it still is in play here with regard to the S&P 500 and light sweet crude. And you can see that it is a really good directional correlation. Typically, when there's a divergence, meaning one is going higher, the other is going lower, it is typically light sweet crude that is giving you the advanced message as to which way the S&P 500 will eventually go. Both are clearly still in an uptrend here. But the reason why I want to bring this up, Garo, is because if light sweet crude is going to top, which in essence you're looking for that as a possibility, well, that would then also say that the S&P 500 should also be forming a top out there. I will point one additional thing out for you, because I know that you're an intraday trader, and this is something I would look at. And that is, when I take a look at a 30-minute chart here for light sweet crude, actually, let me do this. Let me move over here. I'm going to look at two different charts with you for light sweet crude. The first is, why did it top earlier today around 10:30? And if we go to the low from about 10 o'clock in the morning, this is yesterday. I think it is yesterday. Yesterday morning, January 4th, at about 10. From that low, if we just simply start counting the waves to the upside, as it made its high today around 10:30, it made that famous seventh wave move, letter G, on my system out here. And price was also moving higher, doing less relative energy. An excellent tool to help us identify that a market is stretched. And when we see a bearish reversal signal, in this case here, which is exactly what occurred. Now, I imagine this is after some numbers were released out here, but nonetheless, it's still a pattern that is in play, and that set off the move to the downside. Now what we're seeing is a bit of a counter trend rally. With regard to light sweet crude, it should find resistance, and it should explore. It should make its way all the way up to 54.93. Now, I know that's not necessarily going to help you, Garo, in accomplishing the task of getting above the parabolic SAR, but I would just say, hey, pay attention to the 54.93 level in light sweet crude. If it doesn't trade above that area and starts trading lower, then it will form a lightning bolt, or an A to B equals CD to the downside, and that would be a nice indication for us that, in fact, light sweet crude has topped. And then that would also suggest that the S&P 500 was top. So that's how I'll pull it all together for you. So watch that 54.93. If price trades above that, then it's back up to the highs once again.
Yes. I see what you mean. Yes, sir.
Okay.
You're very good. Very good. Thank you, sir. Thanks so much. Very good.
Thank you. Thanks so much for calling. That was Garo in California. That was really helpful, I think, because we were able to go ahead and link the known to the unknown. The known is that we, in fact, know that light sweet crude and the S&P 500 trade in the same direction. So for those of you out there, and I'm one of those of you, that believe that the S&P 500 is forming a topping pattern, just as the other indices are. For how long, as Garo said? Well, we really don't know. I believe that I have a target, just as Garo has a target using the 50-day simple moving average. I have a time target as to when I believe the market will form its next bottom. Many of you out there already know what that is ahead of time. In fact, you could tell me what my target dates are for 2017, when markets will make lows and highs and so forth. And until those are disproven, until it stops working, we will assume that it will continue working out here. So it's nice to really take a look at light sweet crude and what it is doing out here as well, to be able to put those together. That's in essence the same thing that we were going to do when we took a look at gold. In this case here, we're going to knock out two things, but when we take a look at gold, the top panel of this 10-minute chart, bonds, the 30-year Treasury, the center panel, and then the Japanese yen futures out here. And we started talking about beer once I went and popped that up on the screen out there. Geez, I forgot to look, but I'll look during the next break, I promise you. I should have the bottle somewhere. In any event, blue bottle, beautiful bottle. In any event out here, you can just simply see the correlation. Now, why are we even taking a look at that? It's because what we're seeing out here right now in the center panel of the screen is we're seeing a breakout of Japanese yen futures. Now, what they need to do today is close above 8.86295. If you close above 0.86295, you then have a confirmed breakout of resistance, being its TAS daily profile. Now, the weekly profile is not far ahead. The weekly profile number is 8.87559. A close above that, and you can just go ahead and put the candles on the cake, but don't blow them out, because gold will continue moving higher. Gold is on its way to 1211. It, too, is clearing its TAS daily profile high. Coincidence? I don't think so. Bonds, they want to continue moving higher as well. A nice bottom in. And we'll take a look at silver for Mike when we get back.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So the name of the beer, Ginga, G-I-N-G-A, Kogen, or Kojin, I'm not sure which one, K-O-G-E-N, and beer. You know how to spell that. And this very pretty blue bottle, but it is a premium, unfiltered, I believe it's a wheat beer, really tasty beer. If you ever find it, and you can buy it in the U.S., it's just not the simplest thing to do, but you should give it a try. Recommended by Steve-O-san here. Okay, so we want to take a look at silver, which really, as we take a look at silver, we have some requests to take a look at a couple individual stocks, one from yesterday that we didn't get to. Now, let's not look at the 30-minute chart here for silver, although we could. Let's take a look at the daily chart. And as we take a look at the daily chart, let me go ahead and put our market profiles back on, not the 30-minute ones that we had on here when Garo and I were looking at the 30-minute chart for Light Sweet Crude, but instead we'll look at the daily and the weekly TAS market profiles. So what we know is right now, silver is challenging the bottom of its weekly box out there. You'll see that the bottom of its box and the point of control, which says CTRW on my screen, you will see that they both have the same number, 1653. We're trading at 1660 right now. Closing above that level, which is a significant level of resistance out here, closing above that is muy bueno. That says then that silver wants to go ahead and make a run for its upper level boundary, which is going to be $17.68. Doesn't say that it's going to do it overnight, but we've got a breakout inside of yen futures. At least we do as of 1:31 p.m. in the afternoon. You've got a breakout inside of gold above its TAS daily profile high. Silver managed to accomplish that task 2 trading sessions ago. So now it's just taken on its next framework of resistance out here. And thus far, it is above it. What does it mean if it closes below it? It means it's going to need a little bit more work to get above that area. That's really all that it means. But the yen will rule, at least with regard to what bonds and gold are doing out there. So hopefully that assists you. There was another question that came in from Mike who wanted to take a look at TGB is the ticker symbol. This is Taseko Mines. This is inside a retirement account out here, I believe. And what Taseko Mines is doing today, if we take a look at both profiles, and in this case here, a swing point, Mike, what it's dealing with is the December 8th swing point. That had volume of 2.1 million shares. You're light on volume today. The high is a buck even Steven. We're trading right now at a buck even Steven. You can also see that the top of that profile is also a buck even Steven out here. Now, we got a lot of even Stevens. What does that mean? Well, it means if we close below it, you could actually see TGB retracing. Now, where could it retrace to? Well, it had a nice little sign of strength yesterday, so pulling back into yesterday's low, 93 cents, no big deal. I don't believe that this will have much of a significant pullback out here. But, of course, it's all going to depend on the yen. It's all going to depend on certainly on gold. Not that they can't decouple, they can, but at this stage here, they're not really decoupling. I know many are just focused on the U.S. dollar index. The yen is just a part of the U.S. dollar index, only about 13%, I believe. But with regard to bonds, the treasuries, and with regard to gold, it's the more important element to be focused on. Now, with regard to longer term, where is it? Because you said this is in a long-term retirement type of account here, and I do believe that this is off the bottom. I do believe that we've seen a significant bottom inside of gold. It may not look that clear, but you and I, we are data miners out there, you and I, and we know that when we looked at the data to try to understand, hey, what were commercial traders doing? How are they positioning themselves inside of yen futures? Both you and I know that the position that they have taken over the last several months is in a hurry to get to a net long type position, meaning they believe that the yen is going to get stronger, not weaker out there. Same thing with regard to the U.S. dollar index. However, their position that the U.S. dollar index is going to get weaker, not stronger. And in the case of gold and in the case of silver, they're positioning themselves for rallies there as well. Now, we can't use that as timing, but we utilize these other vehicles here to assist us in the timing and when those elements have occurred. Now, in the case of TGB, Taseko Mines, Mike, if you clear this dollar even Steven level, then the next area for us to really look for a price target is probably going to just be a retracement level. And that says, well, you've got the 0.382 retracement area at about 114, but really I'd use the $1.69. The 0.618 retracement range should be where Taseko Mines will head to. Yesterday we had a request from Bob. He wanted to take a look at SRPT. So let's go take a look at Sarepta Therapeutics. It's been a while since we've looked at this. Now, Sarepta Therapeutics, I'm just going to leave this weekly chart on my screen. This is not one for the faint of heart. So where did that actually come from, the faint of heart out here? But what, on a weekly basis, what Sarepta Therapeutics did, if you want to see what a wide-ranging bar with accelerated volume looks like, well, look no further than ticker symbol SRPT. Because we take a look at a weekly wide-ranging bar, we're talking about moving from 2810 to 6160. Folks, that is a 200%, I believe, or so, wide-ranging bar. And volume, 102 million shares. Now, in the book, The Art of Timing the Trade, what you would learn is don't chase that. Wait for it to come back to the breakout area. Whether that breakout area is a wide-ranging bar candle or whether it's a gap to the upside, one in the same, this thing has now come back with lighter volume into that area. Now, Bob, I don't recall what your question was. I don't know where that email went. I just wrote your name down on a little pad here, and to remember to look at it today. Let me just look at the daily chart. I'm assuming that the question was, hey, where's an entry point into it? And I've got to say, to the extent that you've been watching it, this is it. Who sings that song? This is it. Is that who is that? The two names out there. You know the names. God, who is that? Who is that? God, this is it. I don't know if there's been that's the name of the song, but I can tell you, Kenny Loggins. That's right, Loggins and Messino. Thank you, Polar. Our musicians in the den out here. So Steve-O and. But if we take a look at you wanting to get into SRPT, well, Bob, this has come back to it's a breakout area. And, have we seen a sign of strength since? We haven't. Use a wide stop. What do you want to see this do? Or I'll give you another way to trade this, especially today. I wouldn't say buy. You don't have to buy it today, but you can either buy on a test of the bottom of the box. That's 27.11. That's one way to look at it. That's a good way to look at it. Ideally, what you want to see is the TAS market profiles get a change in trend going and see it close above a TAS daily high. Let me show you exactly what I mean by that. And this would be buying, in essence, a momentum change in trend out here. As we turn off the weekly profiles, you'll notice that in these daily profiles, when they began forming, price has never been able to close above the top of that box out here. And if you can't bust them up, it says you're going to go bust them down. In this case here, it's been able to bust through those profiles. So you'd like to see this close above 30.29. That would be a little signal. Guess what? Confirmed change in trend out there. And with it trading at 29.20, you're talking about $1. $1. I would say that dollar is worth waiting for in trading a psycho stock like SRPT. But a wide-ranging bar is what they have, and you've come back with light volume. We'll be right back, folks.
Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-Share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-Shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC. TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now, you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's off 78. S&P is down 5 points. So we've got a couple of other requests that have come in. We've taken care of SRPT, TGB. John wants to go take a look at Apple. So let's go take a look at PPL, see what it is doing out here, get a feel for where things may be headed. I don't recall what the question was, and it's on a different screen. So AAPL. I think if I type in the correct symbol, it'll make it much easier for us to take a look at. So what do we know about Apple? Let me get rid of a couple of these horizontal lines out here, get a feel for where it's headed. So the swing point that it's dealing with, in essence, that is trading inside of, is the all-time swing point high from October 11. And that runs from a low of 116.20 to 117.70. Now, the swing has 64 million shares. You are inside it today with 15 million shares, so very light volume. Yesterday was 20 million, 28 million the day before. So it's not exactly like it has a ton of volume as it is dealing with that swing point. You've got resistance out here, John, at 117.13. Let me see if I can go find that email and see what the actual question was. It would be probably best if I actually, and sorry, I've turned my face away from the, where is it though? Gosh darn it, where did I put that? And did I put that there? There we go. Can you give me, just ask for my thoughts on Apple? Well, those are my thoughts. It doesn't have enough to bust them to the upside. There is a nice little trend line. You can see a little green diagonal line on my screen, so which is going to really line up with the bottom of the box. So if Apple's going to crack, or you're looking for that with regard to a clue for the NDX 100, the price point to look at is right around 115.25 or somewhere below that. And that trend line coming off of the low out here from November 14th, that's your first touch point. Touch point number 2 is the December 5th area. So look for that to hold that support. If it doesn't, then it is off to the races to the downside. Now, where would that be? Let's go see if we can put our weekly profiles back up on the screen here for Apple, see where that would take us to. And how about that? So you've got really a weekly, that's the green horizontal line going across my screen. That's priced at 114.82. The diagonal, which is really lining up with about 114.82, that should be solid support. If that breaks, then that says Apple could trade all the way back to 107.99, even 103.90 out here. To the upside, not enough to bust out the highs. Ticker symbol there again, AAPL. Warren would like to take a look at Google, GOOG. And a Warren-specific question was, where can Google bounce down to? So as we take a look at Google, I would say, well, one place where it could bounce down to, and what it would have to do in order to do that, Warren, is to crack a level of support, which it has tried to do the last couple of days, but has been unable to do that. I'm looking at ticker symbol GOOG out here, and that's 784.95. You get below 784.95, then the next area that it needs to contend with is going to be the 781.33. Then you crack that, and then where price would head to, Warren, is the trend line. The trend line coming off of the November 14th low, as well as the December 11th low. Just draw that trend line. That's where price should find support if it can crack through those other profile areas. I hope that assists you. Mike wants to take a look at the VIX index, so let's go do that for Mike. And as we take a look at the VIX index today, what it has done, sort of a dangerous type thing, is it's got down to the bottom of Stevie's Bollinger Band that I use. Now, that's going to be different than the one that's automatically going to populate on your screen out here. That number is 1129. Did we hit 1129? No, it got down to 1140. Is that close enough? It's pretty darn close. Is there any kind of bullish reversal candle today? The answer is no, not yet. Could this turn into a hammer candle? It absolutely could. It would need to close up near the high around 1209 because the open was at about 1196. That would give you a nice little small-bodied hammer candle. Then that would signal to you that a bottom may be in the VIX. Doesn't say that the bottom of the hammer wouldn't be tested, but it would suggest that the VIX itself could have formed a bottom. Now, usually markets form tops when the VIX gets down to that lower Stevie blue line, and that's what we're looking for. It's really all lining up with regard to the market forming some kind of a top tomorrow. Maybe it's today. Maybe it was yesterday. Kind of a little bit of a window out here. But everything that we look at is signaling. And that's not because of anything that anybody else is saying. It's just really trading the charts. Can they fail? Oh, my God, yes. Now, the other thing that the VIX is doing that suggests a market top, if you take a look at yesterday, and I'm just looking, when you look at line charts on your chart, on my chart, at least my chart's out here, they're just simply closing prices. And closing prices out here can really help us in identifying maybe different types of divergence. And if we take a look at the S&P 500, we, in essence, had a double. Well, we'll just call it a double top, even though that is an erroneous, inaccurate way to depict what took place yesterday. We had a high that closed near a prior high. That's really it, because you can't have a double top until you actually break through the previous swing point to the downside. Then you can say you had a double top out there. But in this case here, the closing high on December 20th was 2070.76. And yesterday was 2070.75. We're not going to worry too much about a penny, although we worry about pennies out here. But in this case here, we're going to say we basically had a double closing high out there. Now, that was in the face of a rising bottoms VIX index. Because on that same trading session, or close to it, 1221, the close of the VIX index was 1127 when it made its lowest low out there. And yesterday, you were at 1185. So you got that little diagonal rising closing highs out there. In the past, you might say, has that really mattered, Steve-O? And I wouldn't waste the last 2 minutes if it didn't matter out here. And so that is another indication of what I believe is to come. Is it going to be a one-hit wonder? Probably not. A one-week wonder? Probably not. A two-week wonder? Probably not. But it probably is a three. It probably is a triple play out there. So we have clues. We have many clues out here. Somebody said to me the other day, it had to be today as the other day, and I said, but what about that IWM out there? And that's like saying, look at that S-car go, but that's not exactly what was said. If we take a look at the IWM, I mean, interestingly enough, as opposed to normally, I would go ahead and I'd move you over and take a look at the Russell 2000, but because the question was, hey, the IWM, isn't that leading things to the upside? And how can the market go down if the IWM is leading? And I would say point well taken. But on the other hand, what actually occurred yesterday inside of the IWM. And you can see it on my chart out here. You'll see that blue number 13. And sometimes people think that 13 is a unlucky number. Well, then in that case, if you are have that type of superstition, then you should be quite afraid of what took place yesterday inside of the IWM, because it was one of your then unlucky 13s, otherwise referred to as a Tom DeMark sequential count. Now, in the case of Tom DeMark, he would take a look at the close of today, needing to be the close lower than 4 sessions ago. So if we go to 4 sessions ago, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're not there just yet. It looks like right around the 135 number. Let's see if I can actually give you what that closing number would be today. Would be close 135.37, and we're at 136.19. So according to his methodology, you don't have a confirmation. Stevie's methodology says, hey, you have a falling price oscillator. 137.94 being it. So that says today is its confirmation. Another one that is ringing the bell for a nice short-term pullback. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN has put together the finest live programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 9 hours a day starting at 8 a.m. as John Logan kicks us off each trading day with the Global Market Pulse. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Mondays and Fridays, catch live trading on the Nadex platform with host Tom and Tommy O'Brien, along with Daryl Martin on the Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN, educating investors. Join David Dwight as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. You got to love it. One of our listeners, Mike, says, hey, I own a tavern. It's called Glory Days Tavern in historic, I might screw this up, Roebling, New Jersey. So, folks, if anybody's near Roebling, stop in right now or stop in tonight, or stop in this weekend, or stop in any time that you're near there. Say hello to Mike, and he says he is drinking a Cherry Belgium triple as we speak right now. Now, if I had one of those, triple, I think means like triple the alcohol or something like that. I think it's part of the brewing, but I think that those things have got, they are spiced with some, I've tried some of those high alcohol beers. I can drink sake with you and drink you under the table. And then the next day, we'll both probably be under the table, but I can still handle that. But those high-level alcoholic beers just simply knock my socks off. And I never wear socks, so just imagine what that can do to you. But, Mike, thanks for sharing. Thanks for listening. And you should check out that beer. You should see if you can get that Japanese beer. It is very yummy out here. So just looking for some additional – oh, Brent had sent in a message, and so I think we've been through all of the requests out here. And Brent heard the conversation. We were talking about CLDX with him yesterday, and then he heard me talking about UAA was the ticker symbol, which is an Under Armour ticker symbol. One of, I believe it was Rhodes that was asking about that. Now, let me find the chart. Where did I put the chart? There we go, right here. But what Brent pointed out is there's actually two symbols, and David White identified for us that, the company was broken apart in between voting and non-voting shares inside Under Armour. They both are trading here. The ticker symbol UA, so far about 1.6 million shares today. And the reason that Brent brought this up is because UAA did not have the same pattern, in essence, that CLDX had. However, UA, in fact, did. So Rose, with regard to United or Under Armour, not United Arts, but Under Armour. What we could take a look at is this little breakout session here from November 28th. In fact, you see another breakout session on December 7th. We did not see the same things in UAA out here. So it is a little bit different picture. If we take a look at, let me see if I can add these post-haste here, as we've got 2 minutes. Let me see if I can go over and add that tool. Take a look at our multi-time frame TAS boxes out here. It'll take just a moment to go ahead and populate, but let me get rid of the 60 and the 240 minutes for us. See if we can get some feel out here. Now, in the case of, now this is the bottom portion of the screen out here, and yeah, you can say we're looking at a lot, but it was really to help identify similar patterns of stocks that are basing, or where there's accumulation going on. Then you're looking for those signs of strength in order to assist you that it's now time to start moving to the upside. It does look like UA, both yesterday and today, trading above its TAS daily profile of 25.90. It looks like this is going to head to about the 27.79 level. That's the top of its weekly box out there. So, Brent, thanks for pointing that out. And, David, thanks for pointing out the two different types of stock that it had there. I guess a Class A stock. And no other questions I see that have come in. So we've got about a minute to go. And, stay tuned for David White's show. It's Thursday. So that means we have a full lineup for you, meaning that Andy Heck will go ahead and finish things off from 5 to 6, and Tom O'Brien in between that from 3 to 5. With regard to the overall markets, we know that gold, silver, bonds, they're all headed higher. The yen futures, I should say, headed higher as well. So all bodes well there. With regard to the markets out here, I think just a grind into a top, and that's normal. And that top is in the process of forming as we've taken a look at. Of course, that would mean that light sweet crude should be topping as well. So plenty to choose from for trading. Stay tuned, folks. David White will be up next. Have a terrific Thursday. We'll see you on fantastic, fabulous, fun day Friday. Take care.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, accurate effective trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
You're watching Tiger TV.